Hello everyone, welcome to Comments Academy. Please subscribe my channel. Today we are going to discuss problems on work and time under the chapter Proportions. Myself Vignesh K. Kamath, and let's begin with the class. Before moving to the problems on work and time, we'll see what is direct proportion and inverse proportion. First we'll move on with direct proportion. If value of one ratio increases and value of another ratio also increases, or if the value of one ratio decreases and value of another ratio also decreases, then it is said to be in direct proportion. Let me explain the meaning of this. Okay, statement. See, if the both ratios value increases, or if both the values of ratio decreases, if value of both ratio increases or the value of both ratio decreases, then it is said to be in direct proportion. Okay, for example, you can say hours and days. More the hours, more the days, right? So hours and days are the best example for direct proportion, and there are many. For now, just consider hours and days as the example of direct proportion. Value of both ratio increases or value of both ratio decreases. I hope you're getting me. Now let's see with the inverse proportion. If value of one ratio decreases and another value of ratio increases, or vice versa, then it is said to be in inverse proportion. Let me explain the statement meaning. Okay, the value of one ratio decreases and the value of another ratio increases, or the value of one ratio increases and the value of another ratio decreases. The value of one ratio decreases and the value of another ratio increases, or the value of one ratio increases or the value of another ratio decreases, then it is said to be in inverse proportion. Okay, the example for inverse proportion is men and days. More the men, less the days required, right? If we employ more men, then they can finish work faster. So finishing the work faster in the sense less number of days are required to complete the work, right? So more the men, less the days. So men and days are in inverse proportion. Okay, I hope you got the meaning of direct proportion and inverse proportion. Okay, these two are the important concepts required for solving problems on work and time. Let's see the fundamentals of the problems. These are the important formulas. Okay, inverse proportion. If the two ratios are in inverse proportion, then we have to do direct multiplication. If two ratios are in direct proportion, then we have to do cross multiplication. Okay, don't worry, just remember this. We'll apply to the answer and we'll see. Okay, yeah, how to apply these formulas. Okay, with the problems. Question number 1. 500 workers can finish work in 8 days. Please correct the mistake. 500 workers can finish work in 8 days. How many workers will finish the same work in 5 days? Okay, first write workers here and write days. How many workers are given? 500 workers are given. How many days are given? 8. How many workers will finish the same work in 5 days? How many workers? Let us consider workers be, number of workers be x. So we are going to write x here. Okay, you don't know how many workers are required. Right? How many workers will finish the same work in 5 days? So 5 days. So you have to find the number of workers. Okay, now my short trick is, first you have to identify whether workers and days are in direct proportion or inverse proportion. Okay, after identifying, you can apply the formula. Okay, the formula which I said. Now more the workers, less the days required, right? So these workers and days are in inverse proportion, right? So what is the formula? When it is in inverse proportion, you have to do direct multiplication, right? Remembering what I'm saying. So inverse proportion, direct multiplication. Let's apply that formula. Direct multiplication. Look at the screen properly. 500 into 8, x into 5. I'll write it. 500 into 8 is equal to x into 5. Okay, let's see the proportion method. Okay, the mathematical way of writing it. This is the short trick. Okay, now if you write in proportion format, 500 is to x. Okay, proportion symbol. Now should we write 8 is to 5? No, workers and days are in inverse proportion, so we have to inverse that. 5 is to, we should write 5 is to 8, not 8 is to 5. Please note, 500 is to x, proportion 5 is to 8. We are going to change it. Okay, we are going to change because these are in, workers and days are in inverse proportion. So we are going to apply now the main formula of proportion. What is the main formula? Product of extremes is equal to product of means. Okay, product of extremes. What is the product of extremes? 500 into 8. Extremes, right? 500 and 8 are extremes. 500 into 8 is equal to x into 5. Means are x and 5 are means. So product of means x into 5. Product of extremes is equal to 500 into 8. Look at this and look at my short trick. 500 into 8 is equal to x into 5. Same thing we have got here. Okay, let's continue with solving. Okay, okay, now we'll solve. Now just you can take this 5 from here and place it in denominator. If you solve 500 into 8 divided by 5, you will get answer as 800. So conclusion we have to write as 800 workers can finish the work in 5 days. 800 workers. Okay, 800 workers can finish work in 5 days. 800 workers are required to finish the work in 5 days. I hope you're clear with this. Okay, please note down, and please take the note of the ratio also, ratio format also. 500 is to x, proportion 5 is to 8. Please note this. For inverse proportion, you are going to inverse this 5 and 8. Okay, please mention this in your answer also. Okay, now we'll move with the second question. If rupees 120 maintain a family of 4 person for 30 days, how long rupees 300 maintain a family of 6 person? Now first we'll write persons, money, sorry, we'll write money first. Okay, money, persons, person, and days. In previous problem there was comparison of 2. Now here there's comparison of 3. Don't worry, it's very easy, I'll help you. Okay, so how much rupees 120? Okay, for a family of 4 person, for how many days? 30 days. How long rupees 300 maintain a family of 6 person? For how long is given, means how many days. Let's consider days as x. Okay, now first we have to compare money and person. Okay, then you have to compare person and days. I hope you're clear. First you're going to compare money and person. Second you're going to compare person and days. First, money and person. Money and person are in which proportion? My short trick is to identify first whether money and person are in direct or indirect proportion. More the person, more the money required, right? Right? More the person. If you appoint more employees, you require more money to pay them as wages, right? So that is in direct proportion. So what is the formula when both the ratios are in direct proportion? You have to do cross multiplication. I hope you are remembering, right? Cross multiplication. So that is 120 into 6 is equal to 4 into 300. Keep it as equation number 1. Okay, keep it aside now. 120 into 6 is equal to 300 into 4. Direct proportion, right? So you have to do cross multiplication. Okay, keep it as equation number 1 and keep it aside now. Now we'll see the person and days. Now, more the person, less the number of days. So this is in inverse proportion, right? So when both the ratios are in inverse proportion, you have to do direct multiplication. Okay, so how to write 4 into 30 is equal to 6 into x. Keep this as equation number 2. Okay, now what you have to do is combining 1 and 2. Okay, remember this step, combining the equations 1 and 2 you have to do now. See, from equation 1 you're going to get 120 into 6 is equal to 4 into 300. Okay, now 120 here, 6 is common right here, 6 and 6 is common here, into x. So here just you can write directly as 120 into 6 into x is equal to, I hope you're getting it. See, 120 into 6 is given in first equation. Right here 6 into x is given. Here only 1 6 is there, right? So you can easily compare the both equations and you can easily find out 120 into 6 is given here and here 6 into x is given. So if you combine 120 into 6 into x, you will get LHS. Now what about RHS? Your 4 is common here in equation 1, 4 is common here, and equation 2 4 is common here. So 4 into 300 into 30. Okay, right? I hope you are getting. Now we have to solve. X is equal to 4 into 300 into 30 divided by 120 into 6. Okay, I'll erase here. Now what is the value of x? If you solve this, you are going to get value as 500. Sorry, 50 days. My bad. X is equal to 50. So 50 days, rupees 300 rupees maintain a family of 6 person. For 50. I hope you're clear with this. So here first when 3 ratios are given, first you have to compare any 2, later then compare. Here I have compared money and person, and in second case I have compared person and days. First money and person are in direct proportion, so I have done cross multiplication. And next, in second case, person and days have compared. So person and days are in inverse proportion. So that is direct multiplication. So by that I have derived and made an equation there. Okay. So that is 120 into 6 into x is equal to 4 into 300 into 30. Right. So after solving, x is equal to 4 into 300 into 30 divided by 120 into 6, we're going to get the value of x as 50. Okay, 50 days. Okay. So we'll move on with the third question. This question: 3 carpenters can earn rupees 360 in 6 days working at 9 hours a day. How much will 8 carpenters can earn in 12 days working 6 hours a day? Now, we can classify this question as carpenters. I'm writing in short form. Then the days, hours, and the earnings or earnings. Okay. So 3 carpenters. How many days? 6 days. And 9 hours a day. And how much is the earning? 360. Right? 360 is the earning. Now, 8 carpenters. How many days? 12 days. That's 6 hours. And earning you don't know. They have asked to find. Let us consider the earning be x. Okay. Now, first you have to identify whether it is direct proportion or inverse proportion. Okay. For that you need to compare now. In earlier 2 problems, you have seen comparison of 2 ratios. Right. Then in second problem, you have seen comparison of 3 ratios. Now you are going to see comparison of 4 ratios. Okay. In this case, we are going to see comparison of 4 ratios. So let's solve this. Even this is easy, same logic. Okay, nothing different. We'll compare carpenter and days first. Okay, we'll take it as case 1. Second case, we'll compare carpenter and hours. Let's take it as case 2. In third case, we'll compare carpenters and earning as case 3. Total how many cases? You're going to get 3 cases here. Okay. So we'll discuss with the first case. So what's the first case now? Carpenter and days. More the carpenters, less the days required. Right? I'll change the ink. Less the days. So this is in carpenter and days are in which proportion? Inverse proportion. Right? If 2 ratios are in inverse proportion, as per the formula, you have to do direct multiplication. Right? 3 into 6, 8 into 12. 3 into 6 is equal to 8 into 12. That is the first case. Excuse me. Okay. Now we'll discuss with the second case. Now the second case is carpenter and house. More the carpenter, less the house. Right? Even now in this second case also, we can see that carpenter and house are in inverse proportion. So when 2 ratios are in inverse proportion, we have to do direct multiplication. Right? When 2 ratios are in inverse proportion, we have to do direct multiplication. So that is 3 into 9. Right? 3 into 9 is equal to 8 into 6. This is the second equation. Now we'll see the third equation. Sorry, the third case. Right? Now we are going to compare carpenter and earnings. More the carpenters. If you employ more carpenters and right, if you employ more carpenters, you have to pay them more, right? Then the earnings will be more. The carpenter's earning will be more. So then if more the carpenters, more the earnings. Right? I hope you are getting this logic. So carpenter and earnings are in direct proportion. So when 2 ratios are in direct proportion, what you have to do, as per the formula, you have to do cross multiplication. So 3 into x is equal to 8 into 360. I hope you are getting this. This is the third equation. 3 into x is equal to 8 into 360. Now the next step is combining 1, 2 and 3. Combining 1, 2 and 3 equation. Sorry. Okay. Now how to combine? I'll help. I hope you're getting this because I have solved already 2 problems. Right? By now you should know how to combine the equations. Don't worry if you didn't understand. Just look at this. I'll explain here also. Look at the common things in all the 3 equations. So here 3 is common. Even here 3 is common and here 3 is common. Right? So 3 into 6, 3 into 9, 3 into x. So here then you can write it as or else we'll see the common part and then we'll move. Here 8 is common, even here 8 is common, and here 8 is common. Now we'll write the combined equation. So here 3 into 6, okay, from first equation, and into 9 into x from third equation. 9 is from second equation and x is from third equation, okay, is equal to, now LHS part is done. I have to see the RHS part. Now 8 is common here, 8 into, then the second is 12. Then from second equation you are going to get 6 here, and from third equation you are going to get 360. Okay. Now while solving for x, you will get 6 into 8 into 12 into 360 divided by 3 into 6 into 9. Now x is equal to 2,07,360 divided by 162. Now the x is rupees 1,280. So this 1,280 is the earnings. Okay. I hope you have understood the question properly. Okay. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe my channel, and if you like this video, please like, share. Okay. And if you have any doubts regarding to this concept, you can comment, and please comment how was my teaching. Okay. Thank you. Bye bye.